So my first ride is on a Ibis Mojo 3 medium. So here we go, ready to roll. Yeah. This is the first time either of us has ever ridden a Moab. I was going to say everything Ross is saying. Alright, so welcome to my ride on the Ibis Mojo 3. This is kind of out and back here, getting out to the network of trails. And from my perspective, this bike was so awesome. Cool. I'm coming off of a 15-year-old Santa Cruz Blur. Are you purposely going over the rocks? With only 150 millimeters of rear travel and 100 millimeter fork. So this bike here was just, as soon as I got on it, I loved it. Even though it was the first bike I rode, it was so solid and capable and smooth. I just wanted to ride it all day. I really like these shocks already. They absorb everything. Yeah, so the forks, I mean. Shocks, these 140 millimeter shocks compared to my 100. Huge difference. So yeah, we're just riding out to the network of trails here to begin with. Oh. That looks like a jump. Take it, Ross. Okay, next time I'm doing that. So another modern improvement I'm liking is the wider tires. So the one I'm riding on here has 2.6-inch wide tires. And my bike that I ride now is like I think it's a 2.1 front and a 1.95 in the rear. So it's super skinny tires. It's ridiculous. These ones are so much more capable. Both in traction, handling, bump absorption. So there's what I'm on now. It was an XT build with Fox suspension. So I had XT brakes, XT drivetrain, and it's really well set up. Like I said, I really enjoyed this bike. This is about a mid-travel, like I said, 130 rear, 140 front. Turns out that's exactly what I liked after riding 11 or 12 bikes during the event. And there's a little bit about the geometry: 67.1 head tube angle, 74.4 seat tube angle. So those numbers didn't mean a lot to me at the time, but as I rode more bikes over our time here, I kind of got a feel of what I liked. And this bike, turns out, was overall my second favorite. Far. So you'll see later on when I get on my favorite bike. I can't really tell if it bobs at all when I climb, which is nice. The Ross in front of me there is on a Ibis HD5, which is also a very capable bike, handles great, but a little bit more travel. Yeah. Ibis bikes. Is that Arches out there? Yeah. Wow. Now in front of us is Arches National Park. Yeah, so like I just said, that in front of us is Arch National Park. Hard to see on the video here because it's kind of off in the distance, but man, my head was just on a swivel this first couple hours we were riding because there was such beautiful scenery. So awesome. So we are heading out to the Circle O Trail. Circle O is what you wanted to do. And the reason we're doing that and not going right on the shuttle is because the HD5 was a brand new model and they wanted to stay local because they're worried about people taking off with it or something. So we did some of the local trails. We're heading out to this what's called Circle O. It kind of goes way off into the back onto some rocks, which really showed off the suspension of these bikes. Just overall had a blast. Beautiful scenery, beautiful day. It got a little bit windy, but it was warm, so it wasn't really a big deal. And here we are on the Ibis bikes. I see more people out here. Yeah. These are all doing the short loops. That looks like fun. Woo! really see the shock moving. Sorry, I just wanted to do a climb. We can go back down. Wow, what an adventure. Ready for some more?
Yep.
I gotta do it again. Yeah. Yeah. Come back tomorrow and get me, I'll be doing this. So much fun. Oh. What fun. Now we're on the Circle O trail way out here, and we're gonna take it around. Got some nice rocks to ride on here. Do it. Yeah, seriously. Trail is nicely marked. If you've done anything like this, it's pretty cool. Riders coming up. Hello, Scott. Do we say specializes? Yeah, for sure. Wow, I've never ridden. Yeah. This is crazy. It's like riding on another planet. Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of miles in going over this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting comment there. Going over these rocks, you get constantly bumped around. And I rode a couple of 29ers, and if this was my local conditions, I would probably prefer to have a 29er. It just rolls a little bit better over all these bumps and undulations. But my typical riding is, fire road, single track, smoother stuff. So that's why I preferred over riding a lot of bikes. The 27.5 wheel is a little more nimble for me. But for this kind of stuff, for sure, I'd probably do a 29er. And you'll see that the one I shuttled up was actually a 29. I appreciated it, having it up there. And when we hit like a turnaround, or when it seems like we're heading back, I want to stop and have a snack. I'm gonna have some of those clip shots, or whatever they're called, blocks. Yeah, and travel-wise, it's kind of the same situation. I'm on kind of a mid-travel bike here, but if I lived in areas that was like this, I think I would go a little more travel, probably 150, 160 forks, or even like that AC5 in front of me. Perfect bike for these conditions. It has good travel, and it's pretty nimble. It has 27.5 wheels, so I understand. That's a tricky one. Why you would have more travel if you ride this stuff on a daily basis. Cause, wow, it sure does make it smoother. That's where a 29er slightly comes in a little more handy for like those big transitions like that.
The only thing I was worried about doing this was having to like pull up on my front.
Oh yeah. Like who decided where this line goes? Pretty cool. HD5.
That's the latest and greatest.
The wind is starting to pick up. So now we're gonna head back. We've been out here for quite a while actually. We're gonna head back and have lunch and pick out a bike to shuttle, because like I said, mentioned earlier, you couldn't shuttle that HD5, so we did this longer route out here just to ride the Ibis bikes a little bit. So now we're gonna go in, have some lunch, take a little restroom break, and then go select our bikes to get up on the shuttle. So here we are heading back to the venue. By the way, if you do an Outerbike event, absolutely get the lunches. They are so good. The lunch was one of my favorite things every day. I totally look forward to it. Here we are. I can't remember if we already chose our bike, if we were choosing our bike, but we're just kind of walking through the venue here. You can see the wind has picked up quite a bit. Flags are whipping around, but no big deal. Pretty quiet right now because a lot of people are out shuttling. This is midday, and it's on a Friday, so it wasn't that busy today. Saturday, Sunday was much busier. So we're cruising down to the lunch tent. We're going to choose our bikes and hit the shuttle. So stay tuned for that. It'll be in the next video. Shuttle time. I like the color on the Giants.
That's the goal, is to get him on the field.
And that shuttle.